guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a mini Sephora haul and a first impressions on the Fenty beauty line. I got the foundation and one of the highlighter duos, so that's what we're going to be trying out today. Okay, so the first thing that I got is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. The packaging is really nice. I really like how she designed it. It's really simple, it's very chic. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool and unique. Not a lot of brands have something like this. So the packaging says that this is a medium to full coverage for all. Longwear light as air foundation. I got the shade 140. And let's open this. This is what the actual component looks like. It's really nice. It's glass and it has a nice pump on it. I like how simple she just wrote Fenty Beauty. Let me show you. She just wrote Fenty Beauty on there. It's a frosted glass, which I prefer to a clear glass, and I like the kind of more off-white cap. So the next thing I got is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. I got the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal right there. And this is what the packaging looks like. It's just super sleek. It matches the packaging of the foundation like that. So let's open it up. This has to be one of my favorite packaging for any celebrity brand that's come out with cosmetics. It's just like a hexagon. Just kidding. It is an octagon and it's white. It's pretty, it's plastic, but it's like kind of a thicker plastic. It has like corresponding shades with the shade names on there. It looks like, you can tell I swatched them. Okay, let me just do this so I don't blind you, but it looks like this on the inside. Let's get a close up. So she has the FB pressed into the powders, which I really like, and they're like deep in there. So they're pretty deep in there so that once you use it, it doesn't just go away, which I really like. And the mirror is really nice as well. And then lastly at Sephora, I just got the Sephora Cake and Bake Sponge that's with the Ramona. Manny and Yue really likes this, and so I thought I would give it a go. So this is what it looks like, not wet. It's pretty stiff when it's not wet. So I'm going to go dampen this and I'll be right back. So this is the Cake and Bake Sponge after it's been dampened. It's grown a little bit. It still kind of feels, I don't know, not so as I don't know, not as fluffy. I won't say the scientific word. Not as fluffy as like the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique sponge. But I'm so excited to try it. So let's just get on into it. So I'm going to start by taking about, let's say 2 pumps of the foundation onto my hand. It looks to be pretty runny, which is not a bad thing. I've heard that this oxidizes a little bit as well, so I got a shade or 2 lighter than I thought it was going to be. So this is, let's go in. So it looks to be a little bit lighter than what my skin tone is, which I think is okay because it's supposed to oxidize. It looks pretty full coverage so far. I don't know if I'm in love with the sponge yet, just because I'm not used to having like such little space to blend out. Like I feel like it's taking a little bit longer, but it's nice to get into all like the cracks, especially like right here on my nose. It's kind of hard to get in there usually. Let me tell you about my skin. So obviously you can probably tell that I have like acne or like troublesome skin. So I often have breakouts that I need covered. So I look for more full coverage foundations, which this seems to be so far. The finish looks to be kind of like a satin matte. It's not totally matte because it still has a little bit of a sheen to it, and it also hasn't dried down all the way, so I can't really judge it by that yet. So I feel like I need more than 2 pumps. I'm gonna go in and do 2 more pumps. I feel like the sponge itself is absorbing a lot of the product. feel like it's covering a lot of my redness and my breakouts pretty well, actually. It's obviously still peeking through a little bit, but it's gonna peek through with a lot of foundations. I feel weird if I'm like using it like this, but I want like a bigger area to work with, you know? So it looks to be buildable as well, because I kind of gone over a couple times in certain areas where I have more problems, and it seems to be building nicely. So this is what my face is looking like after 4 pumps of the Pro Filter Foundation by Fenty Beauty. I would definitely agree that it is a medium coverage. It obviously covered most of my redness. There's obviously still kind of parts that are peeking through, but it doesn't claim to be full coverage. I'm going to go in with my powder, my bronzer, my blush, and then I'll come back and do this portion. Okay, so since I figured we're already here, I might as well just film myself like getting fully ready. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Fair. Some of you might be wondering why I'm using so much concealer. I want a little bit more coverage. So yeah, that's why. I don't know if I'm like in love with the Cake and Bake sponge for like all over foundation, because I feel like it takes a long time, but I think I'm gonna really like it for like just precise concealing and highlighting of the face, because it fits down the bridge of the nose like perfectly, and it can go right under the eye. And if you're trying to clean something up, it can just give you really sharp coverage. It can give you a really sharp line. So I'm just gonna take my concealer on my eyelids to prime my eyes for the eyeshadow. That's what it's called. So with getting back onto Fenty Beauty, I think it's really cool that Rihanna put out 40 different shades. I feel like that's really cool. Not a lot of brands do that. So now I'm going to set the face using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in 10 Fair Light. So I'm going to go in with the other side of the sponge and just pick up some product like that. Oh, so I really like it for applying powder so far. It prevents a lot of fallout, because usually this has a lot of fallout, but it keeps a lot of it on the face, which is nice. I love this powder. I feel like it smooths my skin and even adds a little bit more coverage. So I'm a really oily person. I'm sure you could tell by the beginning of this video, but I tend to have a hard time keeping all of my, foundation from getting really shiny, so I bake pretty much everywhere just to make sure everything lasts. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques powder brush. It's so old that I rubbed off everything on it, but that's what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my e.l.f. brow pencil. It's looking a little rough, but it's only like $1, $3 or something. So yeah, it's a great deal. This is in the shade, I think it's taupe, or like the lightest shade that they have. It's really good, especially for like a couple bucks. So as you can tell, I don't do anything too fancy with my brows. I keep them as natural as I can just because I don't like really carved out brows. I know it's kind of a personal preference thing. So now I'm going to go into my Marc Jacobs, I think it's called like Scandalized palettes or Iconic palettes, and this one's called Scandalust. It's number 740. The packaging is amazing. You can probably see all the dirty handprints all over it. But I love the back, how it has all the shades and like their names color coded and all that. I think it's a really nice touch. I keep this because I feel like it was so expensive that I should keep every little part of it. So the first shade I'm going to go into in this palette is this one right here. This one is called At the Office. And I'm going to take this Wet n Wild crease brush that I got for like $1. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go into is this shade right here. It's called That's Why. And I'm going to take this on a Morphe M441 and put this a little bit more directly in the crease. Okay, so the next color I'm going to go into is this color right here. It's called Little Miss, and I'm going to take this really slightly on the outer V with this Anastasia brush that came with the palette. Obviously you can see that I take really good care of my brushes. Yeah, this one just got bent, so sorry it looks so ratty, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with this color out on the outer V. I'm going to go back in with the Wet n Wild brush with no additional product, and I'm just going to blend everything out. So the last shade I'm going to go in with is this one and a little bit of this one mixed. So this one at the end is called Hot Pants, and this one right here is called Cause a Fuss. And this one looks pretty light in the pan, but it actually is a little more coppery on the eye, and this one's just like a really nice champagne-y kind of white shade. And I'm going in with a Coastal Scents BR-C-N13 brush. So I'm going to keep this one right here that's I think is called Cause a Fuss. I'm going to keep it more towards the center of the lid. Now I'm going to take Hot Pants right on the inner corners. And now I'm going to take this brush again and just blend everything out. And then I'm going to take this brush again and highlight with the first shade in the palette. So for lashes, I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Total Tease mascara. It's pretty good. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite. I really like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's a very good dupe for Better Than Sex mascara. I lost it. I lost mine, so I don't have it to use, but if I did have it, that's what I'd be using. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Hoola bronzer and this brush from Up and Up. I think it's called the Complexion brush. I thought it would be perfect for just like cream contouring, or even like I use it for powder, obviously. I don't know, I really like it. It's really soft and it's like $6, so I highly recommend you pick that up if you're looking for a good, precise bronzing / contour brush. Okay, so now that we got that all done, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's the Milani Baked Blush in 05 Luminoso. And I'm just going to use this really dirty, or stained, it's not dirty because I just washed it, but stained Cindy Kashuk brush. So now I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty highlighter, the Kilowatt highlighter. And I'm going to go in with the shade, I think I'm going to go in with, sorry, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which I believe is called Crystal Fire, yeah. And I'm using a Morphe 501 brush. So it's really pretty. It doesn't have as much, like, it's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be, but I really like how subtle it is. Okay, so I think this is a highlighter for someone who doesn't love blinding highlights necessarily. Like, it's obviously still there, it's obviously visible, you don't have to put on as much as I did, but I think this is really, it's really pretty. I think it's a really soft, it doesn't have that much glitter, it's very sheeny. I think it's really gorgeous. It's really pretty for a nose highlight. Okay, I like that, I really do. I love the packaging, love it. So I'm gonna throw on a lip product and I'll be right back to conclude all my thoughts. So I just threw on a new gloss and I love how my makeup looks. I think a big part of it is the base, which is the foundation. So I haven't worn it for obviously that long, it's been like 20 minutes, but I will leave in the description bar below how it works for the rest of the day. Right now it looks really nice. It looks really matte right now, but I think it's because I set it. It looks like skin. It doesn't look cakey. It took powder really nicely. The highlighters are really good. I really like them. They're nothing like that really like stood out to me. I think I have better highlighters in my collection for a cheaper price. I think I forgot to mention the prices. I think they were both $34 actually. I do think they were both $34, which isn't that bad. It's kind of in the middle between like super high-end and normal high-end products. Definitely not drugstore by any means. Yeah, I really like I think the foundation won compared to the highlighter, just because I have highlighters that do the same exact thing, but I think this is an amazing foundation for the price. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like or a comment down below, or both. Subscribe subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.